Joy-Anna Duggar seemingly shades mom Michelle while discussing family size. Joy-Anna Duggar answered a question about how many kids she wants, and fans think she subtly shaded her mom, Michelle Duggar, in the process. Earlier this week, the former Counting On star did a Q and a session on her Instagram stories. One follower asked, "Any desire to have 19 kids?" The question is valid, considering her parents, Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar, rose to fame with their TLC series 19 Kids and Counting. However, Joy-Anna admitted that her family plans involve a much smaller number of children. "No, not 19, she replied. Joy-Anna explained, "I want to be able to effectively and intentionally raise my kids for Jesus, so whatever number that is for us." She added, "Maybe 4 or 5. Over on Reddit, some fans speculated that Joy-Anna's response was a thinly veiled dig at her own parents. One person declared, "Oh, that was definitely a slam against Meech. Since Joy is close to Jinger Duggar, I think she's following in her footsteps of breaking away from the cult of Duggar." Another wrote, "Joy better throw that shade, and Jim Bob and Michelle." As someone else pointed out, they're slowly realizing that they weren't raised right. Meanwhile, yet another Reddit user shared, "She just said it without directly saying it, that her parents were not there for her." A different fan commented, "I hope this means a better quality of life and care for her children. There's still so much work to be done, but I'm glad that they aren't aiming for 19 for the children's sake." Currently, Joy-Anna and her husband, Austin Forsyth, share 3 children: Gideon, 7, Evelyn, 5, and Gunnar, 22 months. Jill Dillard isn't the only Duggar family member who refused to have her labor filmed. For over 10 years, the Duggar family had every critical moment of their lives filmed, including labor and delivery, and many mundane moments too. As the cast of one of TLC's most successful reality TV shows, the Duggar kids grew up on camera. Now, several years after the last episode of Counting On aired, the adult children are opening up about the problems that arose from their unconventional lifestyle. 2 Duggar couples have now revealed they dealt with pushback when they asked not to have the birth of their children filmed. Austin Forsyth recalls taking heat for asking that his son's birth not be filmed. The Duggar family might not have been big on privacy. After all, the 19 kids grew up in shared rooms, never went anywhere alone, and had built-in accountability buddies at every turn. The lack of boundaries led to plenty of awkward moments. It also allowed TLC to capture moments that should have been private. As more of the adult Duggar kids speak out, the more family followers are learning about how difficult it was for them to say no. Joy-Anna and Austin Forsyth recently opened up about what it was like for them to opt out of having the birth of their first son, Gideon Forsyth, filmed. During an appearance on the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, Austin Forsyth discussed the difficulty he experienced while adjusting to life in front of a camera and how the Duggar family operated. Austin revealed that he took a lot of heat for refusing to allow the birth of his first child with Joy-Anna to be filmed. Austin said there was an assumption that all Duggar family labor and deliveries would be filmed, as several others had already aired. He pointed out that Jessa Sewald and Jill Dillard agreed to film their labor experiences before Gideon's arrival. Jill and Derek Dillard opted to keep camera crews out too. While Austin implied that he and Joy were the first Duggar couple to deny a film crew access to labor and delivery, that wasn't the case. Jill and Derek Dillard attempted to keep the arrival of Israel Dillard in 2015 private but lost. They captured their own footage for the network. They gave more pushback in 2017, though. The couple refused to have their second son's birth filmed. Samuel Dillard arrived in July 2017. 7 months before Gideon's birth. The decision was so out of character that for years, Duggar family followers suspected that TLC had filmed the birth, but that something had gone terribly wrong, leading to the decision to scrap the footage. They were half right. While the birth was, in fact, complicated and led to emergency intervention for Jill. Camera crews were never there to capture Samuel's emergency arrival. Derek and Jill pulled back the curtain and revealed what happened with Samuel's birth in Jill's hit memoir, Counting the Cost. They also touched on how their decision to keep TLC away led to trouble with Jim Bob Duggar. Jill did not openly discuss her siblings or their personal choices in the nonfiction offering. She opened up about the decision following the memoir's release, insisting that each of her siblings is on their own journey and should have the right to tell their own story if and when they choose. Jana Duggar and Stephen Wisman enjoy family time. Tour their camper trailer in photos. Counting on alum Jana Wisman, née Duggar, enjoyed bonding with family when she joined husband Stephen Wisman's brood for the first time on a trip after their wedding, giving fans a tour of their camper trailer for the getaway. The couple attended Old Threshers in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, and shared a YouTube video from their overnight stay in March 2025 following their nuptials in August 2024. The cozy trailer featured a bed, dining table, kitchen, and restroom, providing Jenna and Stephen with everything they needed for their trip, while accompanied a few members of the Duggar clan. In Touch rouse up photos of Jenna and Stephen's camper trailer. Jill Duggar remembers late daughter 1 year after stillbirth. Last year, on April 13, 2024, Duggar and her husband, Derek Dillard, made the heartbreaking announcement that she had suffered a stillbirth. Duggar, 33, who was 4 months pregnant at the time, and Dillard shared that they gave their daughter the name Isla Marie. Duggar was due in August 2024. Now, Duggar is looking back at the night they met Isla in a new Instagram post. On this morning 1 year ago, we were prepping for our daughter's delivery after finding out just days before that she had went on to join Jesus in heaven, Duggar began her statement. Derek's mom was caring for our boys and my mom drove us to the hospital where a couple of my sisters and a friend joined us. We are so grateful for all those not pictured who wrapped their arms and prayers around us and continue to provide us with support as we walk this road nobody ever wants to walk, the former Counting On star continued. The reality television star then encouraged those who know someone who has suffered a pregnancy or infant loss to send them a quick text to say you're thinking of them and praying for them. It can go a long way, Duggar added. In April 2024, Duggar shared photos of herself and Dillard, 36, leaning on each other looking down at a tiny pink knitted hat. From the moment we found out we were pregnant, we couldn't wait to meet our baby. Isla was much loved from the start, and her 3 big brothers were so excited to introduce her to their world. Duggar wrote on Instagram in April 2024. We appreciate your prayers as we continue to grieve and heal from the loss of our little Isla Marie, she continued at the time. The Dillard family laid their daughter to rest a few days later. Isla Marie, our baby girl, we will love you forever and hold you in our hearts until we hold you in heaven. Laid to rest 4.19/2024. Duggar and Dillard have been married since June 2014. The couple have 3 sons, 10-year-old Israel, 7-year-old Samuel,